time for me to focus more on the values on his facial feature. Like I'm working on the nose right now. The color I'm using here is middle gray. It's a 706, okay? 706. I'm still using cross hatching, but I use mostly the pointy tip of the pencil. And I like the transition here from shadow to the midtone should be sharp, should be soft, okay? They have a sharp line here, but the transition should be a little softer, so it look more natural. If you notice, I have not using any white. I have white here, but I have not. I'm gonna save white for the last touches. You can also use the tip of the pencil and do a circular motion like this. It's work too. It have no rules, okay? Or it depends if you are how you feel comfortable with your own technique, okay? I'm doing here cross hatching but a very small stroke, but some part I like to use, like that to build the forms. So if somebody tell you that you have to do this way or that way, I think this is not necessary, because everybody different. You are different than me, your hand is different than my hand, your eyes is different than my eyes. So you need to feel comfortable. This is a light gray 700. Go back to the highlights on his nose and leave the highlight here. You see that? Just come out. Back and forth with two colors, okay? have to see the plans. Okay, this side, there's so many different angles and shape here, and it come here and it turn on another side of the head. So I'd like you to think about it when you're working on a forehead too. Forehead is, to be honest, it's very boring for me. But if you work, if you make it right, it looks very beautiful because it's full of shapes and form and structure. But sometimes it's kind of boring because you don't see, like, not like the eyes and nose. But I don't mind. I love working on it. It just takes more time to work, but I enjoy it. It's gonna take me a while to working on this. Okay, you see how patient I am. I only do two color right now. It's just the middle gray and the light gray. In the end, I might add some white on it, but at this point, I try not to use the white. So this is the color I'm using now. It's a light gray, and I want to focus on the highlight parts on his forehead. It's a very soft touch. I want to build it look more like a spear, like a round surface here. And later on, I will come back to work on texture to make it even more look like human skin. But at this time, I'm focused on value, shape, and forms. Again, it's easy for you to see the values by step back and then squint your eyes. You're gonna see less details, but mostly it's just values, form and shape. Okay. So I'm squinting my eyes right now, so I can see this part is a little bit dark. So I'm lightening it right now, make it a little bit brighter. Again, values is a very hard thing to learn. It takes time and to see the values. Okay, so I'd like you to continue to work and on black and white. It's a very good exercise. When you get the values, then when you go to color, it seems easier. Okay, so I'm gonna work on that part a little bit more. Screen my eye, and I think this part should be lighter. And again, I haven't used any white at all. Not yet. White could be the last thing to do. focus on the cheekbone highlight right here. So when I put the highlights in here, I can see this value here is very dark. I need to make it lighter. Okay, so sometimes the trick is to put the highlight next to the shadow, then you can see it. So I use the mid-tone gray now. The cut, again, I keep mentioning the number is a 706. So I'm gonna work on this eyes. Make it lighter here. You see, I'm changing the direction because I want to build the form. You see his eye bags in here. Try to build up to make it puffy. So when one is lighter, then this side automatically turn darker. Alright, so it's good to work on this side and then correct this side. Back and forth, back and forth. And soft the mid-tone here with the highlight, make it softer. So time for me to work on the details of his eyes. Okay, I know that you guys, if you guys working along with me, that's what we've been waiting for a long time. Is working on the details of eyes. That's my favorite part of the portrait. I've been waiting for a while. But someday, if you are very good at values and your drawing is strong, your drawing skill is very strong, and you can work on anything. You know, you can start with the eyes and you can work on it. There's nothing wrong with it. And I have seen artists who are start nothing but one eye, and then they continue to work to the next eyes, and they work onto the nose, and nothing wrong with it. It depends on your skill is. You know, I'm not gonna say have to do my ways or it's the best way. I never say that because I believe in arts is very different. Everybody different. It's not like mathematics have to be two blood with 4 ours is very different. Everybody different. You look like color different than me, and your hand is different than my hand, and your brand is work different way than my brand. So I don't think it's right to tell people that they have to be this way. No, I believe that Michelangelo, his technique is very different than Leonardo da Vinci, and they both beautiful. Their artwork both amazing and beautiful. Nothing wrong with to be different. So what I'm showing here is just a simple concept, but I believe, you work hard and you patient. You do much better than me. See, try to go along with his muscle. And of course, it's good to step back once a while. Okay, as you step back, you can see the drawing better. You see there's a little bit stronger highlights in here. Once you see more stronger, very light touch, and this is the light gray. The beautiful highlights in here. Come along. You notice we use a few different values of the pencil, but when we mix them right, it's so many values here. You don't need more different gray than this. You only need 3 or 4. That's what you need. I see a very beautiful highlight right here. These are a little tear. Very beautiful. This is black. I want this the iris a little bit darker. That's it. Not that hard, right? if I can do it, you can do it. You know, we just work together, and if you don't think that you are strong enough on eyes, then please do one eyes a day. Okay, just please draw one eyes a day for me, and I guarantee in a month you're gonna do a much better eye than you thought. You know, just draw one eyes a day. It may take you from 15, if you buy very detailed. If you do full color, maybe take you like 2 hours maybe. But you do a simple eye, just enough detail. Use pictures, your own pictures, or you can use pictures of in the internet when you find the eye you liked. Then it maybe take you, 15 minutes. But it much better than doing nothing. And then when you work on the painting, you struggle with the eye. So it's good to work on the eyes, okay? Patient, very, very patient. Back to the highlight here. Be a little bit stronger. Make it stronger highlights here. You see that this shadow here? Chewed up. Time to me to make it lighter too. And the color I'm using is the mid-tone gray 706. These are the Gaussian values here. So when I have this one, I would look at this shadow here, and I think I need to make the shadow a little bit darker. At the same time, the transition here has to be better, okay? So let's use black, and then working on that shadow here, make them softer. Make them a little bit darker, and I'm going to make them softer. So I'm going to use the mid-tone gray, and then going to pull off the highlights here. Very, very light touch. This is another side of his cheekbone. Same thing in here. Make it more softer. Same thing with the eye. And make this iris a little darker. I think to make it look more dramatic, I would make that side a little bit darker. You can see a little bit of the reflection here, not a lot. So now I think I'm happy with the side of the face. I'm continue to work on this side. That part is the cheekbone here, is the bone here, and just a little bit of his I call it the a little bit of it's not the muscle, more like a fat develops in here. But you can see that it come from its roundness here and it coming back, and that value here are a little bit dark, so I'm gonna make it lighter, and I'm still using the mid-tone gray 706. And I look at the value here, I can know that the beard gonna be, you see how strong this part here, the beard, the color here should be more lighter than this. So let's fill them up. We're gonna work on this side, okay? Layer by layer, don't rush. Soft the beard. I'm gonna take care of the tattoos and the shirt later on. That part is not important. Try to make them a little bit lighter. And it's round like this, right? It's not flat. It's kind of buffy like cloud. So. Okay, so I see this color here is very similar to this skin tone right now. I'm gonna make the lighter. I use the lighter gray. Make it lighter here. As you notice, I have not using white. In the last minute, I will use white, but not now. I really want to use it, but I try to control it. Okay. Light touch, okay? Try to make it puffy here. You may ask how come I didn't use my finger. Is that faster to use finger like this? If you want, it's not like you should not use it. If you want, you can do it, but you have to be very careful, because if you using your finger to blend and you over blend it, first you ruin the surface of the paper. Second, you flat out the beer, and I don't want it. I don't want the beer look flat. I want it look more like clouds and have different volumes and values. So I'm very careful. I rather take long time, but the result is much better. I love the technique very much. I love it. I think it's so fun and actually it's very forgiving. We can work on top of the mistake, or you can work on top of the values. Um, when I was training in the academy in Vietnam, we have to work on graphite pencil on white paper. We're not allowed to do this. And you know graphite drawing take so long. A drawing can take 1 week. So far I spent about more than 3 hours here. For the video, I did edit it so it's less boring for you. For example, you don't want to see what I'm doing here for 2 hours. If I want to make the beer look beautiful, it would take me hours and hours, but I edited it so it's less time for you. But I meant in case you should try this technique because it's very beautiful and it's fun and it's forgiving and do something different, okay? I attached the image of John, and if you have closer look, he say his beard is they are white. They also black hair, gray hair. So they're very different texture and different, hair colors in here. I wouldn't spend a lot of time trying to duplicate exactly what his beard look like, but I would like you to pay attention as well, okay? It's not the same, very different. Work on the lips a little bit here. only have a little part here. The beard is going to be a lot of work on this side, but I decided to add a little bit of the value here on his shoulder. I am not sure how to do the tattoo yet, but it's gonna be fun to do. I'm not gonna do the whole thing, okay? I just do a little pause here for fun. But if you have time, why not? And the color I'm using, I forgot to tell you, is the mid-tone gray is the 706, okay? I am continuing to build up the values, and now I can start working on the details here. Do some highlights on the hair. I mean the hair on his beard here. It's already taken me like 45 minutes working on just the beard. So I make the video a little bit shorter so you can save your time. But in real time, it might take you even longer than this, okay? Have to be very, very patient. And if I use finger like this, it's gonna flat, so you can see how it formed right now, right? The light source is over here, so it's brightest in here, and it turned to the shadow, so it look kind of darker. You see, even the same pencil, right? If I work it on here, I use a light pressure, and how different compared to I'm working up here. I use a stronger pressure, so it seems like it more highlights here. So it means the pressure is very important, okay? So I'm gonna use this lighter highlight here. Number is 700. Okay, I'm gonna put a little bit highlight. Right. Just think about the forms. Okay, I try to avoid to duplicate every single hair here. That's impossible. I'm just thinking about form, and sometimes just have my freedom uh, to create the ways of his beards. Okay, I'm using his picture as reference, and I don't intend to copy every single thing here to look exactly like the photograph. There's no point because I'm working from life. I can't copy everything in life, in the life model. Most important to get the character, and the feeling is important too, right? When you try to get the feeling, the beard could be have more detail, but not detail. It doesn't matter now because it look like John, and they have feelings in it. So. So now I have some values in the shoulder. I try to build the form of the shoulder first before I can draw his tattoos. The tattoos is take a lot of time and it's up to you. Okay, you don't have to do this. But I think for John, his body tattoo is a part of him. It's very important to show the character. Uh, so I use in black here to draw on top. That's the value I'm building here. But very soft touch. Okay, very soft touch. And the drawing in his shoulder is very complicated. It is roses and many things going on. But I try to follow it as much as I can. And again, I don't think that necessary if I try to copy the whole thing. I just put something here in the shoulder. That was it. But I think I like the roses here. So let's work on that. Okay. You can see that a little bit of some beautiful design here. From here I saw it's really figured it out what it does actually. Um, some of the light here I can't tell what the shape look like, but I'm just trying to mimic it if I as much as I can. And again, I don't think that's important to try to make it look exactly like John tattoos is very hard. I think even John doesn't know how it looked like on his shoulder anyway. So we should try to do some shape in here. Here, there's something going on here. Then some line. Go. And I think this is here. It start to look like a petal of a rose here. As you can tell that it takes so much time to do the tattoo here. I enjoyed in it. Again, it's not necessary for you when you do a study. You have to go do the tattoo like this. The important part is this, right? This is not really important. But if you have time and you want to do with me, have some fun, then go for it. Okay? Go for it. It's a lot of work, more than I expected, but it's gonna be done soon, so bear with me, okay? I don't expect to make this video more than 2 hours. I thought I'm gonna make it like 1 hour, but the more I work, the more it getting longer and longer. So, but I think it's good for you, and I try not to cut too much in the video. So I want to show you everything I do. So it's a good thing for you to see what I do, so you can pick up the tips and you can put it yourself. I think that design here is very beautiful. See, at first I thought I'm gonna do a little bit, now it's getting longer and longer, so but it's fun. I do like the paper, and this pastel is perfect for this. If you after this, I think you should do a field drawing with me to see how wonderful this paper is, and the combination of this gray is just perfect. It took me, I think it's almost 2 hours to work on the tattoo. It's so much work. It's fun, but there's lots of detail. And you can see that it starts looking pretty nice right now, and I'm not gonna do the rest of it. It's just something simple right here for you to see. The main thing I want to do it is because I want to show you that if I can do it, you can do it. The point is being patient, okay? It takes some time, and you need to be patient to work on the detail like that. There's a lot of work, and but it's fun. It's really, really fun. I learned a few things doing that, and I like you to, if you have time, do a copy of this drawing as well. Or you can do a portrait of your family members. It'd be fine too. But I do think that's the combination of this paper and the gray color of the color pastel pencil is perfect. It's amazing to work. Love it. I think this is the rose here. I see one rose here, and lots of beautiful design here. And this partially a bit stronger highlight because it's shoulder. The highlight hidden on here. So you feel to bring the shoulder out. I think that's enough for now because I don't want to do too much details in here and lose that beautiful part here too. So I go back to the beard a little bit now. I soft the edge here because I want to look more natural. Just do some here. Do something like this here to make it look more natural. So in the end, the hair is just moving. So now I'm gonna try the white. I never use it, so this is the white color, and I'm gonna do some very little highlight here and there. This tip of pencil should be a little bit more pointier, more sharper. Okay, so do a few highlight. Not a lot. I don't want it to out too much. His hair is like silver, and when the light hitting on it, you see a few things it just stand out. But I don't want to put a lot of white on it. I hope that you have a good time with me. I have so much fun working on John, and I've been drawing John many times, but I think he's so beautiful to work on. You see that? Just a few light highlight on the appearance to make it feel like it popped the same and it turn, okay? So don't put everything the same values. Do not, okay? Alright, go back to this forehead here. Just a few touch and I'm done. I hope that you enjoyed this video with me, and I'm looking forward to show you another technique in the next video. I don't know what I'm gonna do yet. Maybe an oil painting, or maybe it's just another symbol drawing for you to study. Stronger highlight here. Just the final touch, okay? Alright, I think this exercise is pretty much done. I would like to say thank you for watching, and keep up drawing, keep up painting, alright? So I'm looking forward to see you again next time. Time for me to sign my name.